Hey guys, John Watts here from the 59 Club. Today's video is really going to help anyone who's struggling with mobility. If you're not able to turn enough, if you feel a little bit restricted, these are some great little hacks you can do to make a bigger turn to create more speed with the driver. I've got for you some simple hacks that you can do at your setup just to help you create a bigger movement. Most golfers I find are restricting their lower body, their hips too much. If you are struggling to make a full turn, then you need to get this trail hips, that is my right hip for me, up and behind you in the backswing, and that will mean that you lose some flex in that knee. So if you've been told to try and keep flexing that knee, you're really going to restrict rotation, restrict swing length, and therefore lack in power. I've got, as I said, some real simple things you can do. So let's tee one up. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to set up, but then I'm going to drop my trail foot, that is my one furthest away from the target, slightly back, closing my stance. So my body line is aiming a little bit for me, more out to the right of the target, close by a good 10-15 degrees. And that's really going to help me start to rotate. That pulls and drops that trail hip back, so my hips are already effectively slightly turned in relation to the target. That's going to allow my hips to turn more, that's going to allow my torso to turn more. While I'm at it, I'm also going to flare my feet out a little bit more, especially this trail foot. So rather than starting that foot straight, which is going to almost lock this trail side, I'm going to flare it out because it's really going to release this side and allow me to get this trail hip more up and behind me in the backswing. So dropping the foot back, and while I'm doing that, I'd also be dropping my shoulders back. So I'll be trying to get my shoulder line, my torso to follow my feet, effectively creating more of a draw setup, meaning my body was pointing a little bit more to the right, and I'm going to flare the feet out, especially this trail foot. Now, in terms of a swing, I'm just going to allow this trail hip to feel like it moves more up and behind me. So as an exercise, I think it's a great idea just to put an alignment stick, a tour stick through your belt loops, and just start to notice what this trail hip does. I want this side of the cane to start to move a little bit up and behind me. So if I can make a bigger hip turn, I can actually make a bigger shoulder turn, I can get my arms further away from the golf ball. The benefit of that is speed. The bigger this arc, the further I can move the handle away from the ball, the more time I've got in the downswing to create acceleration. So yes, you're lacking in turn, mobility, but actually allowing the hips to turn more with a bit more freedom and some hacks at setup. Drop the foot back, flare the toe out, is really going to help me turn the hips more. You can see my belt buckle here is almost starting to point back towards the camera. It's not 90 degrees, but it's definitely rotated here more than I normally would, a good 50 to 60. That's going to mean my shoulders can complete their 90 and I can get my arms a little bit further away from the golf ball. Often golfers have heard of create this corkscrew effect, and that's great, but we actually want to do that in the downswing, not the backswing. If we restrict too much with this trail side in the backswing, we just can't turn our upper body either. We can't move the club very far away from the ball. So where we actually create the corkscrew effect is the downswing, because our lower body is starting to move in an ideal world before our upper body. A lot of golfers are inefficient and moving their upper body early in the downswing. And we won't go into too much detail in this video. That would be more researching and looking up some videos that I've done around slicing, coming over the top. I'd look more at that neck of the woods. But let's see if we can do those little hacks. Drop the trail foot back, flare the feet out, allow my hips to turn more. That really feels like it opens up my upper body to turn more behind the golf ball. So I've missed that a little bit left to target, but you can start to see here a draw shape, something that's moving a little bit more right to left. I hope that video helps. Make sure you give it a go. Let me know how you get on. Any videos you'd like me to film, put them in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.